Alright guys, I know I said I wouldn't get this review up till either tomorrow or Tuesday, but I have some time now, so I'm gonna do it right now, so there you go. So this show though, holy shit, what a horrible show this was. You know, you had one really good match, but that's it. You had one good match between Bryan and Bray Wyatt, and that's it. And even that match contained some bullshit with Bray Wyatt winning. So, let's get to the fucking review here. If you didn't check out the pre-show, I watched it, but the Outlaws defeated the Rhodes brothers. It was a below average match. It wasn't horrible, but it was below average. Couple decent spots. So yeah, I mean, the Outlaws won. That's really the big thing here to take notice of. So the Outlaws win. What do I think of it? I don't have a problem with it. They're not that great of wrestlers or anything. They're a little bit washed up. Actually, they're a lot washed up. I mean, they're obviously not that great in the ring. Pretty lackluster in the ring. But, you know, it's the Outlaws. You know, they've been around for a while. It's obvious they're not going to be as great as they were, or, you know, as good as they were in the ring. Because they haven't been here in fucking, you know, they said it was like 14 years between title reigns. But, you know, it's alright, I guess. But I don't get why they just waltz right on in and like 2 weeks later they're the champs. It's like the real Americans. Why don't you just give the belts to them? You know, if the Outlaws drop the belts to somebody, you know, like the real Americans, I wouldn't have a problem with it. But don't keep the belts on these guys for too long. Alright, I mean, it's okay for now. I don't have a problem with it. You know, the crowd popped pretty loud when they won. But it's like these guys were around fucking 19 or 15 years ago in 99 and 2000s. Or whenever they were, you know, mostly, you know, they're most prevalent around the 1990s, the late 1990s. But it's like, you know, now it's 2014, they're champs again. It's like, come on, you know, so have them be the champs for a little bit, but not too long, and then put the belts on somebody who actually fucking deserves it. Not that the Rhodes brothers didn't deserve it, but then put it on the real Americans. So that match wasn't that great, and, you know, the result was alright. It was fine. I didn't have a problem with who won it. You know, it would have been just as good, or, you know, just as alright if the Rhodes brothers would have retained. But so that was alright. Then we get Bray Wyatt defeating Daniel Bryan. It's a big pop for Daniel Bryan. You know, huge pop for Bryan. The crowd's going crazy for Bryan all fucking night. You know, they brought up the concussion thing. They're like, oh, there was rumors of Bryan having a concussion. Are you fucking serious? He had a concussion. It was confirmed, you know, but WWE doesn't even tell us about it. I talked about this in my Rant the Mania vid. WWE needs to let their fans know about their wrestlers' injuries and how they're doing. Give them updates. But they don't do that. So, you know, they're like, oh, it was a rumor. No, it was confirmed on many wrestling websites. So, the match was a great match, so I thought this was a really good match. Yeah, you had some really good spots in here. You had just, you know, great wrestling here. You know, a few rest holds in the beginning, you know. But other than that, what a great match this was. Probably a 4-star match here. Just really enjoyed it. But why is fucking Daniel Bryan losing? Again, you know, I predicted he would lose. I just had a feeling they weren't going to push him and give him the win. You know, they were going to give Bray Wyatt the win because I heard they're pushing him a lot. So why wouldn't they give Bryan the win? Because they're fucking retards. It's just stupid. Why is Bryan losing? But it was a great match. And yeah, there you go. Bryan with another, you know, quality match. Yeah, match number 5,000 of quality that involves Daniel Bryan. Yeah, he's not going to get pushed, you know. Just goes out there, wrestles great match after, you know, great match, you know, just has a bunch of great matches, bunch of good matches, whatever you want to say. And what's the result? Him losing all the fucking time, him getting buried, and, you know, it just happens again. So, great match, shitty result. Then, Big Show versus Lesnar. Lesnar wins. There was a brawl before the match, you know, a bunch of chair shots, whatever. You know, it's PG chair shots with no blood. Can't get really that much. Can't really get that good, you know. Yeah, he's hitting him like 1,000 times in the back with the chair, but it's like there's no blood, no chair shots to the head. It's not really that great. Let's see, the match was like 2 minutes, you know. Big Show actually gets knocked out before the match even starts, or Lesnar gets knocked out before the match even starts. He barely even, he didn't even sell it really, which I sort of laughed at. But it makes sense though, since Lesnar's this big, tough, badass UFC guy. So then the match starts, and it was like a minute long, like 2 minutes long, literally, like 2 minutes long. Lesnar, or Big Show, I think, went for the knockout punch. Lesnar ducked and F5'd his ass, which was pretty cool, Lesnar walking around with he was like walking around the ring with Big Show on his shoulders. It was pretty fucking awesome. Then he F5's his ass. It was pretty cool. But it's like 2 minutes for a pay-per-view match. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? And this was, supposed to be this big match, and it was only 2 minutes long. It's like, what the fuck? It's whatever. At least we didn't have to see a boring 10-minute match, because Big Show is known for wrestling boring, long matches. Or just boring matches in general. Doesn't have to be long. Most of Big Show's matches are boring. So it was nice to see Lesnar win, though, I guess. But this sucked, and then he beats him up after the match. Bunch of another chair shots. It looked pretty brutal a little bit. The chair broke, but it was still not enough. It still wasn't good. Because it's just a bunch of chair shots to the back and legs or whatever. So it's just very PG, though. It seems PG. It's like, why don't you just hit him in the head if you want to really, the announcer's like, oh, this is so brutal. Stop it, Lesnar. Oh my God, they're gonna kill him. It's like, it's not even that brutal. All he's doing is hitting him in the back. If you think this is brutal, go back to the Attitude Era and watch some of those chair shots to the head. Watch who is it? Chavo Guerrero or Eddie Guerrero? I forget which one. I think it was them. Cut their fucking forehead open and bleed like a fucking, motherfucker. Go watch fucking Shane McMahon jump off a fucking Titantron or whatever, 50 feet. There's a lot more brutal things than this. All right. So that pretty much sucked. Then we get Bryan or Cena. There we go. Cena versus Orton. Cena losing to Orton. I found it a little bit funny. I got to give Orton credit where he said Bray Wyatt's a Duck Dynasty reject. That was funny. So the match sucked. I thought a couple good spots, but for the most part it sucked. Yeah, and then there was a bunch of chants during this match, which is gonna tell you the match sucked. If there's a lot of chants, it's gonna tell you the crowd's not into the match. They're looking for something to do to make the match, or to entertain themselves. So they're gonna do chants, and that's what they did. I wrote down some of the chants I heard. I heard Daniel Bryan chants, "We want Angle," Randy Savage, Y2J, Undertaker, boring, you both suck. There was also a wave. A little bit of a wave there. There was a botch on where Cena jumps from the top rope and does this like famouser almost. I don't know what the moves call it. I don't think it has a formal name, but he does this like famouser sort of midair move, and he botched on that. You can clearly see from the camera angle he didn't even fucking hit him really. Maybe brushed his head with his leg, but he pretty much clearly missed him. Oh, there's also more chants. I wrote down more chants. Yeah, there was a wave. This is awful. And we want divas. There was a botch, another botch in the tornado DDT where like Cena landed weirdly. I don't know if it, maybe not a botch, but it looked weird. It just didn't look right. So then with the Wyatts come out, they distract Cena. Orton picks up the win. There was also a lot of stealing each other's finishers and a lot of kickouts. It seemed like Rock and Cena from WrestleMania, using each other's finishers and kicking out of everything. Cena kicked out of everything. He got hit with a title belt, got RKO'd, got attitude adjustment, his own finisher, got STF or whatever. Orton did it on him. So it's like he kicked out of everything. It's stupid. It's like Super Cena. Same thing with Orton. Orton even kicked out of a lot of shit. It seemed like Rock Cena all over again from Mania 29. But the match sucked pretty much. Boring. A couple good spots again, but it was just slow. Very, very fucking slow. These two people don't know how to wrestle. Fast pace. Pick up the fucking pace, guys. It's fucking paid $45, $55 for this fucking pay-per-view. Don't pay $55 to watch you sit on your ass all match. So, yeah. Then we get the Royal Rumble match. One thing I want to make note on, there was also another botch in here where Coulter came out with a sign that says like every 90 seconds somebody illegally comes into the United States or something like that. And it said every 90. I don't know if it was supposed to be seconds. I assume it was. But there was no seconds. It just said every 90 somebody sneaks into the country or whatever it said. So there was a botch on there. The Royal Rumble match, you know, had Kevin Nash, Big Daddy Cool Diesel, which was cool to see him. Haven't seen him since when? TLC 2011, I think. Yeah, he was at the Rumble in 2011. So I guess it was cool to see him back. You had JBL. What the fuck was that? You know, it was cool. It was cool to see JBL back. I'm like, holy shit! Here comes JBL. This is awesome. Then he's like taking off his coat. Hey Michael, come get my coat, and he gets dumped out by I don't know who dumped him out, but what the fuck was that? Serious? What the hell was that? JBL is in there for like 10 seconds. You know, he's wearing his fucking suit. Why is he wearing his suit into the match? You think he would have his apparel under, you know, his ring apparel under his coat or whatever, his suit? But he doesn't. And so why wouldn't he take his coat off or before the match? Why wouldn't he take it off before the match even starts? Or he gets in the ring. The match has already started. But why does he take his thing off before he gets in the ring? So he gets in the ring and he's like, "Oh, hey Michael, make yourself useful and come get my coat." And, you know, he gets thrown out or whatever. Just a bunch of bullshit. Give him some time. At least give him 5 minutes or, you know, in the ring, in the Rumble. Just make him useful. Make him, you know. They did that with Kevin Nash. They at least gave him 5 minutes or whatever. They did the same thing with Godfather last year. He came back and he got drop kicked out by Ziggler. This year they did the same thing with JBL, except he was in there like 5 seconds longer, and it makes him look more stupid because he was like, "Hey, go get my coat." At least Godfather didn't do some retarded shit like that. So that sucked. Sheamus comes back. I predicted he would come back. You know, I guess it was a cool moment, but in the long run, it's not going to be that cool, especially if he's a babyface, because, you know, he's boring as a babyface. Why wasn't RVD there? I mean, he's been gone for fucking months now. 3 months, 4 months. I thought he would return here. I thought that was a lock that he would fucking return here. But he didn't. I don't know why. This would have been a perfect time to bring RVD back. You know, gone for a couple months. Might as well bring him back. So yeah, I mean, Roman Reigns breaks the record at 12. I don't get why they did that. Why is Roman Reigns breaking the fucking record? He's not even that great. So then it comes down. I was almost right in my predictions. It came down to Batista, Roman Reigns, and Sheamus. I said it would be Batista, Roman Reigns, and Punk. Punk was actually fourth. The top fourth guy eliminated, fourth to last. So I was almost there. I was almost right. Gets eliminated by Kane. Why is Kane wearing like a fucking suit to the ring? He wears his work pants to the ring. Why? Why is he doing that? And you could actually see him during JBL's entrance. You could see Kane. I don't know what he was doing, wandering around in the fucking ring area, waiting to do his spot where he eliminated Punk. Oh, and there was also fucking El Torito. Fucking, what the fuck is he doing in the Rumble? Oh, seriously, what's he fucking doing? And he's beating up superstars, making them look like idiots, beating up CM Punk. Are you fucking kidding me? It's not even like he attacked him from behind. He's beating him up. You know, CM Punk has him. He's about to, attack him. CM Punk's about to throw him out, and El Torito gets the best of CM Punk. And CM Punk's supposed to be this, one of the top baby faces on the roster, and El Torito's beating him up. He's eliminating other men. What the fuck is this? So it comes down to Batista and Reigns. I don't know why the crowd was booing Batista. It's nice to see him back. Reigns isn't that great yet. They're cheering for Reigns. He's not that great. So Batista ends up winning. A big botch there on the fucking spear by Batista. So yeah, that didn't look that good. Or I don't know whose fault that would be, but it was a pretty obvious botch. Shield also, a little bit of tension there where Ambrose tried to eliminate Reigns, and Reigns ended up eliminating Ambrose and Rollins. But overall, this match sucked. And, the Rumble match, it didn't, maybe not sucked, but it was underwhelming. I was expecting more. Kevin Nash, JBL in there for 5 seconds, and Sheamus isn't enough, for a Rumble. It's supposed to be good returns. These weren't that great of returns, alright? So this pay-per-view sucked. It was a piece of shit pay-per-view. So there you go, people. Rumble fucking sucked.